Hi everyone. Have you ever seen that frustrating Excel error message, "You've entered too many arguments for this function"? It can stop your work cold. But don't worry. This error is actually quite common. More importantly, it is usually simple to fix. Today, we will break down exactly what this message means. Then, we will walk through the practical steps to quickly resolve it in your spreadsheets. Every Excel function has a specific job. To do its job, it needs certain pieces of information. These pieces of information are called arguments. For example, the sum function needs numbers to add. VLOOKUP needs a lookup value, a table, a column index, and a range lookup type. Each argument is typically separated by a comma within your formula. When Excel shows you this error, it means you have provided too many of these arguments. You gave the function more information than it expected or could process. It might also mean you put something in the wrong place. Perhaps there is an extra comma, or maybe a misplaced closing parenthesis. Excel is very strict about its function syntax. It wants a precise number of arguments for each function. If you provide even one too many, it will throw this error. So, how do we fix it? Here are the key steps to troubleshoot this issue. First, always check the function syntax. As you type a function, Excel displays a helpful tooltip. This tooltip shows you the exact structure of the function. It lists all required arguments and any optional ones. Compare your formula directly to this guide. Second, carefully count your arguments. Go through your formula and count every item separated by a comma. Does this count match the number of arguments shown in Excel's tooltip? For instance, the if function requires 3 arguments, a logical test, a value if true, and a value if false. If your if function has 4 items separated by commas, that is your problem. Third, look for any extra or misplaced commas. An accidental double comma, like sum A1 B1, creates an empty argument. Excel then thinks you have provided an extra argument. Remove any unnecessary commas. Fourth, verify your parentheses. While less common for too many arguments, a misplaced closing parenthesis can confuse Excel. It might cut off a function prematurely. This makes the remaining part of your formula look like an extra argument to the wrong function. Always ensure all your parentheses are correctly matched and placed. Finally, if you are using nested functions, check each inner function individually. Make sure every inner function has its own correct number of arguments. A common mistake is forgetting a closing parenthesis for an inner function. This can cause the outer function to misinterpret subsequent parts of your formula as its own extra arguments. For example, consider a VLOOKUP function. It correctly takes 4 arguments. If you type equals VLOOKUP, A2, B2 D10, 2, false, true, you have provided 5 arguments. VLOOKUP only expects 4. The fix is simply to remove that extra true. Next time you encounter the too many arguments error, do not panic. Remember these simple steps. Carefully review your formula. Check the syntax. Count your arguments. Look for extra commas. You will quickly identify and fix the problem. I truly hope this explanation was clear and helpful for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found this information useful, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more easy-to-understand Excel tips and valuable tricks. Your support really helps us grow. See you in the next video.